And welcome everybody to the mj&ty podcast show. Today is Thursday, May 27th. Will be the last episode we do in the month of May. And it just so happens to be a basketball episode. Ty's favorite.
You don't seem too excited like you are always. I'm just going to point that out. I'm just going to point that out because you text me off camera. I'm excited. I'm excited.
Let's get into it. All right, Ty. Gonna pick your brain about a few things today. Is playing in the
Really?
tournament good for the NBA? So is so do you think that the NBA playoffs are a good thing for the NBA players?
So here's my thing on the tournament. Now I know. Now I know that it's the tournament is for the playoffs for the seventh, eighth seed, and I think ninth seed. I might be wrong about the ninth seed, but it's a good thing. I think it brings more ratings. I don't know why. Like we heard LeBron complain about it. We heard.
Was that before or after he got poked in the eye?
Oh, you blaming Draymond Green for that?
Sure.
So he said he was looking at free rims
Yeah, and
that night.
he shot in the middle.
Yeah, but
That was an epic shot, though.
yeah, that was an epic shot. But I think it's good for the NBA because it brings in more ratings. It keeps because the playoffs before this whole tournament, yeah, the playoffs were I don't want to say too dry, but the playoffs was like okay, um, no other team has a shot. It's their off season, so I think this playing thing will stay in the NBA because it's it's more interested because teams get a shot at it. Your take.
All right, so generally, so I'm not a huge fan of half the league being in the playoffs. I still think that the playoffs should be meant for the best of the best. But I don't mind teams that are above average. Bridge sneaking in, and yet I know that contradicts what I just said, but anyways, but yeah, like you said, it does bring more viewers. And it does drive up the ratings, and it does let more players get more time on the court. So in that sense, yes, I do think that playing in the playoffs is good for the players, and of course it is good for the league as well.
But back to my point is that I know a lot of people are going to say in our comments, "Oh, Ty, you're a Ron fan. Why did I bring that up?" I'm just bringing that up because that was there was a lot of players saying that, and us as players, we want to be in the playoffs. You and me as players, we want to be in the playoffs.
All right. Who do you take? Would you take LeBron or Jordan? If you had to build a team around one guy, LeBron or Jordan?
Why would you have to ask me? Why would you? Okay, I know I wrote that down. Okay, I know I wrote that down.
Yeah, so answer your own question.
Okay. But I'm just going to say this. I'm just going to say this because I know some people that watch Jordan, some people that like you and me, we weren't around when Jordan played. All we can do is watch highlights, you know,
Yeah.
from Michael Jordan. Um, Here's my thing though. LeBron, and Jordan play two different positions, but rings wise, Jordan is 6-0. LeBron has four rings, and Jordan has 6. So I'm kind of towards like this is kind of towards like I'm toward here, but I would like let me just say this. If Jordan played today, he would average. I think you would agree with me. If Jordan played today, he would average at least 60 or 50. But I would
Probably.
take LeBron over Jordan. Your take.
I might have to go with Jordan because he does Jordan Jordan as you said he did play him in a different time in the NBA's history. And thing is, though, is during that time that
You could beat somebody up on the court.
yeah,
Like you could be
right,
like
you
it
could like
isn't like it is today. It isn't like it. Sorry for cutting you off, but it isn't like it is today. You could like
right,
literally
you could be
take somebody out.
right. He, he could be basically be a linebacker or holding a receiver, or and it was perfectly legal. It was legal.
There's no
And
rules
Jordan was
like
still
that
making the
today.
shots,
There's
so
no rules like that today. I'm just gonna point that out.
yeah, I'm gonna go with Jordan because you see so many. I've seen so many images of Jordan and making all these shots with like 5 dudes holding onto his face or something.
Yeah.
All right. And now we've. All right. Is there anyone who can stop the Lakers from winning the NBA title? Probably the Brooklyn Nets, with all the star power they've got.
You're not gonna think anybody else can give the Lakers a shot?
I think the Nets have the best chance. What's your thoughts?
So, who can stop the Lakers from winning? I could say probably the Nets. Probably the Nets. Even though they have like four superstars on one team, but they have a big three. In the last couple of games, to me, the last two games, I can say this about Brooklyn, is that they haven't had that much time because of guys in and out of the lineup. Can we say that?
Sure.
Because when guys are in, you can you can agree with me on this because we're both players. Um, but when guys are in and out in the lineup, you don't have that much time to figure out, during the season.
Yeah.
You gotta have, you know, like a dinner meeting or like a breakfast meeting if you have a big three, and then those big three have to figure out how can we play together. So like, yeah, Brooklyn's got a shot because when you have probably like the fourth, like I would say KD is probably the third is greatest player of all time, in my opinion, because KD is one of my favorite players to watch. But KD, anybody that has KD on their team, I'm just going to say this. It's the same thing as LeBron. Anybody that got KD, LeBron on their team, they can win a championship regardless.
Right.
So, like, Brooklyn does have a shot, but does Boston, like, if Boston gets it together and win these two a game against against the Nets, yes, I would say that. But I think Boston has a shot. But right now, it seems like, you know, the Nets are the only team that I see, kind of beating uh, the Lakers. I'm not saying that because I'm not a Bron fan. Like, we want to see, you know, James Harden win a ring. We want to see that.
All right, we got time for one more question today. Who do you have winning Rookie of the Year?
Well, ding dong. Well, ding dong. I got what one. I gotta go with ding dong. I gotta go with
Who are you calling Ding Dong? Ding Dong?
I'm calling you ding dong because you're a ding dong.
All
Um
right. I know Ding Dong, you Pinocchio.
watch it, ding dong, Gandalf. Um, I would say LaMelo Ball.
All right.
Who you got?
Uh, I don't really know. Actually, I I have got no take on this one.
You got no take,
Oh,
but you got take for football. Whenever we do our football podcasts, you got takes for all of that.
Yeah, but not today. Alrighty, everyone. That's going to do it for this episode of the MJ and Ty podcast show. Thank you all so much for tuning in. And if you liked
Subscribe,
it, drop us a
subscribe,
like.
subscribe so we can see Mark get hit with a pie in his face.
Okay, you're not going to actually see that video, at least not yet. Mostly because it
Or
hasn't
both
happened
of
yet.
us. Or both of us. I'll do it too. I'll play the cards there. I'll do it too.
Follow us on Twitter, and not just the podcast Twitter. Follow us on our personal social media as well.
And subscribe to our second channels.
Yeah, subscribe to all of our other channels. They're all equally important as this one. All right. See you all next week. Keep your head in the game.